Hey everybody, Dave Bartosiak here with your chart of the week. Although I got to say I'm going to be cheating a little bit because there's going to be a couple of two-tree charts that I'm going to show today. First thing I want to talk about though is Bitcoin. So taking a look at TradingView here, our partners at Zacks, you can see a lot of this hype that came in as we were eagerly awaiting the approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF or 13. So you got that, and as a result, we had this huge spike up in the morning of the approval. And since then, we've got to retrace down here to the 50-day. Now, one way that you were able to participate in the world of Bitcoin in our stock world before was using this WGMI, which is the Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF, okay, which comprised of, you guessed it, Bitcoin miners. And this thing has come under some serious pressure too, probably for a couple of reasons. One, we had a big speculative run up, so I get that. Two, with Bitcoin coming under pressure, obviously this is going to sell off a little bit, but the broad market's selling off a little bit, so you get that small cap thing, you get the Bitcoin, so there's just a lot. So it's sort of beat up this. But the reason I wanted to show that is here on Zacks.com, take a look at the holdings page, and when you're looking at something like this that you're interested in, we can look at each individual holding inside of here, and using the power of Zacks, just roll your cursor over. All right, so this one's a 3. Mara is a Zacks rank number 2 buy, so we're going to check that out. Iris Energy here is a 3, and you can do this all day, whichever ETF it is that tickles your fancy. When you're looking for something within that same space, this is an easy way to come up with a little bit of a list for yourself. Okay, so now we're going to get to the real part, which is Mara. I did want to talk about Mara today. I could talk about WGVM just as well because they kind of move right in the same direction. But I want to point out this because there have just been these spectacular moves to the upside. Since the earnings report back here in November, so November 8th to be specific, that stock is down at $8.39 at that date. Let's go ahead and put a bottom end of our fib over there. Let's draw it to these highs here. And you can get real granular if you like, by hovering over, seeing 31.30. You go ahead and double click on this bad boy. We can put 31.30. And I thought I said 8.39. I'll go back and double check, but it's 39, right? Yeah, 39. Okay. So now, oh, great. Now I just deleted it. That's okay. Look how quickly you can do that. Sort of 31.30 and 8.39. Let's do that one more time. 8.39 and 31. See, no big deal. Look at how quickly you screw up. You can fix it. All right. Now, the reason I did that, I wanted to point out some key levels here that we're seeing on Mara. And I'm sure, like I said, if we pull up WGMI, it's going to be similar. So this fib down here, 1714, is getting awful close to that 50-day moving average, which is 1674. So expect to see some buyers down there. You notice how this first level, this 38.2 up at 22.55, provided an area of support intraday on the second trading day of the year. Also ended up being the lows the other day when it sold off. Powered through another key level in that 1985. And now here we are approaching 1714. So is that the last bastion of hope for Mara in the intermediate term? Yeah, probably is. Below that, you have, like I said, 1673, and the 200 days all the way down to 1257. Now, when things move this quickly, a stock way up over $30, now it's been cut in half, essentially, down to 17. Very risky stuff, okay? So not for the faint of heart, and honestly, you shouldn't be doing it with a big chunk of your portfolio unless you want to, live and die by the 3, so to speak. But if you look at the ETF, the WGMI, real similar situation. Coming up off the lows, hitting that all-time high, and spending its time dipping below these key fib levels, continuing to go lower. For WGMI, you are now below that 50-day moving average, quickly approaching the 200. That's down at 1201. So despite the positive Zacks rankiness there for a stock like Mara, still lots of risks to the downside. So you got to be careful. Just because analysts have been pushing their estimates up in a positive direction Doesn't mean that the market didn't get way ahead of itself before. It doesn't mean that it can't give up a lot of ground now. So these are things that you keep on your radar. Wait till the water gets a little bit warmer, and then you can add some risk exposure that way. That's all I have for my chart of the day, which ended up being multiple charts of the day. I want to thank you so much for checking us out. And fun doesn't stop here. Go to Zacks.com/promo for this week's key promotion, where we're giving away all types of fun stuff. It was Surprise Trader this last week, but we got something special for you now. So be sure to check that out. Check out all the videos here on our YouTube channel, and we will see you